I'm enjoying my twilight years. I don't cook, I don't wash. I'm getting quite lazy that I told my family, don't ask me to come to you to help you fry an egg. I don't even know how to fry an egg. The men, some of the men, they galavant and do things. And you get a husband that's very close to his wife and his family. And I appreciate that family so much. If I know them, I always say, be nice to them, and it's wonderful to have a husband. When they start gallavanting, they hurt your feelings in a way. And they don't know that the children are watching these things, That's very bad. So another man will never cross my path, my dear. I tell you straight out. No, not for me. They do talk to me at the church, they talk to me, but I am not interested in them. They mustn't put their finger on me. They can talk to me, don't touch me. So that is the disappointment I have of trusting a man. Everybody's different, but that's my way. Sylvia, I'm 89. Well, my eldest daughter keeps saying, Mommy, the family say you're outgrowing them. Because you're the only one that's gone up to 89. The other lost, my mother died at 84, my sister died at 82, and there was another sister that died about 80, and a brother that died at 67. So they say you're going to be 90 this year, you're outliving the people. But dear, I'd like you to know that I'm ready to go. There's nothing more for me to enjoy. That's what I feel. I'm living here to enjoy my twilight years for myself. So if I want to take a walk to town, I'll go. Nobody must warn me that it's this, because I grew up over the road there, and District 6 was a wonderful place to live in. There were gangs and all, but they never interfered. There was two gangs, the one will fight with the other one on a Saturday. People will stand on their balconies to watch them, but they never interfered with us. So I can tell you this much, that it was very nice living in District 6.
This is my eldest sister Cynthia, and that's me when I turned 16.
You can't give people any more advice these days, my dear. They don't like to take advice from you, You can see on the children how they go, having babies before their time. And then when you look again, I saw the other day, one of these people in the kitchen, she's not working there anymore, and I said to the friend, my goodness. I said, where's she getting money from? She's not married. To have another baby and you had a job. So a friend said, no, but her boyfriend works, so he'll pay. I said, oh, that's very nice to hear. So now the boyfriends is paying, not the husbands. I was born 6 weeks after my father died. My father died August, and I was born 19th. So he's dead also 89 years already. So my poor mother was a very struggling widow. But she was a mother that worked for 74 years. She didn't even want to retire until my brother told her, no, Mommy, I'll go find your pension for you at the government. Because I can still see, if I walk up to Fruit and Veg up the road, our bedroom where we lived in. So at 25, my mother told me, I was married then with a husband and 2 children. You better get out of town because they're going to throw you out, my dear. And now, after all these years, I've come 5 years ago to live in Cape Town at Zonnebloem to enjoy my twilight years. So it's nice if you can go out. I don't know when I'm going to be in a wheelchair if I'm still around. So I am really also looking forward for time for me to go. I would go to school in the morning. My mother would leave 2 pennies, which was a 2pence for me, because she would go to work and tell me, don't forget to lock the door and put the key by the window. I would get 2 pence for the bus up and 1 for down. But when the hot days came along, there were girls from Warm Estate, all nice people with children with fathers and, that could give them money. They always ran to the shop when school was out on the corner, and they would come with all these school things. And I would say to myself, well, I wish I had something to buy. But what I did, I took the 1 penny that had with my bus fare down, and I bought me a sucker, and I'd walk all the way down Hanover Street home. So at least I had a sucker. I never complained to my mother, the children are getting money. My 2 pennies was there every morning, 1 penny up and 1 penny down. On Mondays when I came home, I had to get onto a pole in front of our kitchen, climb up and put my hand at the top of the kitchen window, and that's where a front door key would be. Because my mother was never home, she was always working. So on Mondays, I had to go down to pay the rent of our flat, which was 13 shillings and 6pence. That was at the Drill Hall, which was an old place, in Darling Street and Butigan Street, which is now the Cape Town Library. That is where I went to go pay the rent. On Tuesdays, that's the day I would find a sack lying in the kitchen when I came home from school. It meant that I had to go now to the furniture factory up the road to get all the offcuts to put in our coal stove. I'm enjoying my twilight years. I don't cook, I don't wash. I'm getting quite lazy that I told my family, don't ask me to come to you to help you fry an egg. I don't even know how to fry an egg.
That is Sharon Graham and Anthea. She died when 10 years ago of lupus.
Yes, I was married with two daughters and a son. So that's why the two are still alive. She's very interested in coming to fetch me every day. I got to say, Sharon, don't run to me every day. I like to walk a little bit on my own, because they also got things to do. I tell them I don't need nothing. I get my meals here, but they always try to bring me something, which I appreciate, but I don't want them to use their money to come spend on me. I'm looking for my days to go and rest forever. He'll come on a Sunday morning, every Sunday morning, to fetch him at 9 o'clock, because I'm going to the Catholic Church in Rowland Street, St. Mary's Cathedral. That's where I got married, and the two of them were born in Cape Town and were baptized there. And this day hospital opposite, it was a maternity home, and that's where I got my 2 children. The 2 of them were born because I lived in the flats, but the young one was born in Athlone. Now she would have been 60, but she died of lupus at the age of 50. That's the one that died of lupus. No, I got lots to do, my dear. Sometimes they ask me to knit. A lady came from the church. I haven't even met her yet. But I saw an advert in her newsletter about a month ago. It says, is there anybody to help you with knitting or crochet? Her name was Mrs. Broadhurst, and I found her name and I phoned her, and I said, well, I go to St. Mary's Cathedral. I see your name and you're looking for people to knit, but I can crochet. So she said, oh, I'd like you to make some caps, for children. And so I made the caps, about 15 caps, and I'm trying to get her to fetch it. So I phone. Nobody answers, but I don't leave a message, because she can see my numbers there. So when is she coming to fetch a cap? But I haven't met the lady yet. So I knit sometimes, and I help my daughter-in-law. She and some friends are giving for the poor, knitting, and babies that's born so small. They give me the pattern, they give me the wool, and I got my own knitting needles. So I help them. And I also like to sit at the library and read some of the papers there, or the newspaper, which you hardly see the newspaper nowadays. And I sit in the reading room if it's available, or I take my books and I start coming.
They give me a pattern with a small little thing, because the babies are very small.
Yes, you see my husband, When he was alive, he wanted the August every night. He wanted his Saturday paper and he wanted his Sunday Times. Because when he was here and I called him, he used to call me on a Monday, Brenda, please bring me the Saturday August and the Sunday Times. And I say, yes, I will. Because Tuesdays, I get at Newlands Station, because that's where my daughter lived near Newlands. I take a free train into town, because we were getting free over 60. I mean, it wasn't such a long time ago. It's like 10 years ago. And I come to town and walk up and bring his paper to him. I only spend a few minutes upstairs because he's lying on his bed with his leg. And I hear the people here tell me the cleaners and the cleaners, I say, or the carers, they know him very well. He was very talkative, but I don't think he came out of his room. He used to like to lay on his bed with his papers. And he's the man who would have gone to the kitchen because he liked franks. He don't like Viennas, but he likes franks. So he'll put it in a long mug of boiled water and that's how I'll eat it, warm, you know. But as I told you, I am ready to go. It's not just like waiting to be 100 and all that now. I'm really willing to go, my dear. The young people, my dear, I don't like these young people to have boyfriends so early. But that's how it is. And you know, having babies now, you hear them having babies and you can't even think of having one baby. If you know how expensive it is today, if I hear when my children went to school, that wasn't there. They didn't pay all these school fees and things, you know. How they manage, I can't understand. So they must get their heads screwed on, my dear. They're all young people that got nice guys, but if you get in with the wrong crowd, I don't like it. No, people who like to live long lives, my dear, some of them, they seem to like to live long. But that's what they want to do. I'll never be against them. I speak for myself. I don't like to interfere with the people here and have problems with them. No, that's not my thing. I like to live a quiet life. I have other things to do in my room. If I want to lie down, I can lie down. I don't, and I always try to help everybody in this place. I help her in other ways. I'll make her tea. Anytime she calls me, can you get my water? Because we got our own tea bags and our own coffee. It's because that's what we want to do. It doesn't mean, oh, we got money, we want our coffee and tea. I don't know, she got her own coffee, I got my own coffee. If I feel like having a cup, I can just go. I can't call the kitchen staff, they must give me coffee. No, they got their own things for the people who want it. So that's the way I live. They think I'm full of nonsense, but that's the way I live. We got our ways and they must try and respect it. I loved looking after my grandchildren when I was home then at time. And I used to see all of a sudden those that went to creche and things, all of a sudden they don't feel well, their mothers will bring them to me. I help them all. I made myself just say to myself, there's nothing I can do about this. Because if you just say something, you get attacked with a dirty word or so, you know. So I lived still in the house and did what I had to do, saw that the children got what they wanted, saw to this and did that, but it won't happen again. No, it's hard times, my dear. Everything is very expensive. Life is hard. Schools are expensive. Children got to pay for fees, everything. They'll have to get their heads screwed on here. Yes, money is very important now. Yeah, very important for these young ones.